So another thing that we're asked to do in the scriptures is to record often. And so what are some ways that you record?
Well, I have presentations like the one here with the conference and single adult conferences and other kinds of things that even though I'm not teaching full-time, I still have teaching opportunities. Mm-hmm. And depending on my church calling, I might have others. And so sometimes I'll have an idea or an impression, especially if I know that one of my kids is going to be teaching the same lesson next week down in Arizona or out in North Carolina. Well, you know, I'll just share it with them. So,
very cool.
And so...
so do you have a collection of talks and presentations?
I have some of those types of things, and then, of course, the books and writings that I do. And so...
tell us about some of the books that you've written.
Oh, I've written on the Old Testament, done a couple of books on Isaiah.
The one I can remember, was it Isaiah the Poet or something like that?
Prophet, seer, and poet.
That's right.
We sustained brethren at conference as prophets, seers, and revelators. Mm-hmm. And the primary means by which Isaiah revealed his teachings and prophecies was through poetry. So that's why I substituted revelator with the word poet.
Gotcha.
That was his means of revelation. I had a book that I'd spent a number of years on called Principles and Practices of the Restored Gospel that's now out of print. So I'm considering doing a semi-major revision of it, and cutting it down from 650 pages to maybe just 350 or something.
Wow.
And then that's hard, you know. I found when I did this Isaiah book that you talked about, I had 8 file drawers full of information about Isaiah and his teachings that I was going to try to consolidate as part of the Commissioner's Research Fellowship that I had received from the church, so that they could have some resources about Isaiah in church headquarters. And, you know, I had to take that down and just condense it. And so it's not just like plowing through a field and trying to find a pearl or a gemstone, but it's then taking these stones and pearls or rubies or whatever and selecting which ones of them to use. You couldn't use all of them. And then those that you're using, how to cut and polish them so that the true essence of it would come forth. And that's hard work.
Yeah.
That takes a lot of energy. Just at least for me, I just can't sit down and write something and it comes out in beautiful prose, well structured and thought out and easy to follow. I have to give it to somebody else to say, now tell me honestly, where was there in here where you kind of, well, wait a minute, I thought he was going this direction, but and help me out so that I can make sure I'm trying to take you the right direction that I thought I was taking you.
Yeah.
And so that's a labor.
Yeah, truly. And I love your analogy there too with the gems. That's perfect. Yeah. So in my studies with my homeschooling, right now we're studying the Columbus. So I was so excited to go get my book called the Columbus, the Latter-day Perspective. And I opened up the book to see who wrote it, and your name was there. And you weren't the main author, but you're on there. So do you remember writing that or reading or doing some research with that book?
Oh, it's one of many. I don't remember the specifics of it, but there's some different projects through the ages that, you know, sometimes when I haven't really seen them or read them for a number of years, it's interesting to go back and, hey, there's some good stuff in here.
Yeah, I can imagine. It's great. Like, oh, look, I was smart like that, right?
Yeah. There is a bit of a cumulative, but it's nice to know that there was at least some of that showing earlier.
Yeah, I agree. That's great.
To be notified of our newest YouTube videos, be sure to click the subscribe button here. Head over to our new website for for the latest gifts and promotions. For more videos like this one, click this playlist here.